Guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution Tarot, and I'm here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Aries for March 2022. Happy birthday to all my Aries gang out there who celebrate this month, and happy early birthday for next month. For all my subscribers as well, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here. You guys mean the world to me. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you feel like this resonates, please hit subscribe. Join the journey with me. I'd love to have you along this ride. Guys, keep in mind that it's general, so take what you feel resonates for you, disregard the rest. Go about today and know that no matter what messages come through, it's still up to you, your active free will, the choices you make and the steps you take in your world to get whatever fulfillment it is that you'd like to see in this world. Just remember, my friends, to use your active free will, that power that lies at the tips of your fingers and the soles of your feet. Use it wisely, my friends. So I'm going to just take a moment to call in Archangel Michael, to call in my team of light, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Raphael, and any of your spirit guides that would be here for the highest good of the entire collective. I ask them to join now. I'm going to ask them all to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, any of you who would ask for it, as well as my family and loved ones. I'll ask for protection for them as well. I'm going to ask them to use me as the clearest channel possible, delivering messages for the most far-reaching of us, but only for our highest good, okay? Only for the highest good of everyone watching here today. No second-rate messages. So what I have first is I'm going to bring you a message from the Archangel Animal Oracle cards as some spiritual advice by Diana Cooper going forward for this month. So Aries, just keep in mind that even though this message is being called in for the month of March, it may resonate for a different time. So just keep in mind that time is actually fluid. Even though we've put March on here, it could resonate for something from a past situation, something that hasn't occurred yet, something that's past life, or something you're going through now. Just keep an open mind. And you have horse show up here, and right away for some of you, I heard is you may actually have a very strong affinity with horses, a very strong bond. Some of you may actually have horses here. And it says, horse, this care for others and let them be free. And this is angels Mary and Christiel. And it is important as well because the horses are connected with the magical unicorns. I'm going to grab a message from the book because I think that this message is really important. And let's see what we have. It says, horses incarnate from Lacumae, the ascended aspect of Sirius, and these elegant, refined, and magnificent creatures are all fifth dimensional. Their sole contract is to serve humanity, while in return we agree to look after them, honor them, and let them be free. These beautiful animals have huge heart centers, and there has always been a strong bond of love between them and humans. They are great healers and have a special closeness with children. They are linked with Angel Mary, who pours her divine healing light through them. Recently, when enough people raised their frequency, Archangel Christiel entered this universe through his cross-shaped stargate into Lyra and poured divine feminine light through the moon into the causal chakras of all. It affected everyone, but particularly the sensitive, refined, high-frequency horses, and it's reactivated their higher mission, which is to bring Earth into divine perfect balance. I think many of you, if you do have horses, have resonated probably with these horses having beautiful healing properties as well, and being to connect with them on this heart level. For some of you, what I'm hearing is if you need some feel-good stuff, you may want to watch some horse movies. I'm hearing Flicka, okay? I love Flicka. Oh my gosh. But for some of you, you may want to just watch a horse movie if you don't have any horses. For some of you as well, as what I'm hearing is it may be really therapeutic for you to sign up for some riding lessons, go to a stable and sign up to be around these horses and be taught how to care for them as well as, how to ride them. Okay, that's one of the things. But this card calls you to expand your heart center and focus on your noble qualities and aspirations. You are reminded that in order to honor others and let them be free, you must first respect yourself and set yourself free. So tune into the great universal angel Mary and let her wonderful healing, divine feminine light bathe you and dissolve the old. Then take decisions that chime in with you and light you up. Visualize the full moon or look at it if you can. Be aware of Archangel Christiel's simmering milky white light extending from your third eye and magnificent pure white unicorn walking along the light to touch you. This will start to activate your own personal great soul qualities. Watch a higher path unfold. And this is really, really beautiful energy, I feel like, as well. So for many of you, if you do feel called to ask Archangel Christiel to come here to join you, to help fill you up with light, really do imagine that unicorn walking by your side. I feel like as well, it's really important to know that even just because we can't see these mystical creatures or beings doesn't mean that they do not exist on an energetic level. So Panda here says to stay balanced, my friends, and in your essence. And again, this is Archangel Mary, Jophiel, and Sandalphon. So Mary as well is the twin flame of Ascended Master Jesus. And I do feel like this is really important here, feeling that coming in, because it's going to be really, really important to connect with our heart centers right now. And while it isn't here, forgiveness is really important. With this horse, it talks about, in order to set other people free, we need to set ourselves free too. Well, we don't want to love people in a way where they feel trapped. We want to love people in a way that they can come and go as they please, but they know that they are loved, and they know that they have a safe space within our hearts. For some of you, I heard like that may have been really triggering for you as well, for me to say that. For some of you, you may have had, I heard, no, this is not for all of you, but I'm definitely hearing for some of you, you may have had, and the words I'm hearing are a long line of abusive relationships or toxic partnerships. And there could have been a place where you yourself didn't feel free, where you felt like you were being caged, and or opposite, where you know that because there could be jealousy issues, there could be trust issues, there could be a lot of things that's happened in your past that has transformed and moved forward into your current relationships, where you may feel kind of a little controlling, or you may feel like someone else has been controlling with you. And this is going to be really important. I feel like this idea of freedom in the next month coming up, okay? And this is again to stay balanced and to stay in your essence. If you feel like someone is trying to control your actions, control your movement, I think it's really important to open up and speak about this openly. And they want me to show you the bottom of the deck, which is the goat in the reverse. And then another card came out here too, which is the badger. And the badger again says bring your life into balance. 2, about balance. I think that as well, because they keep bringing me back to this idea of being free as well. With that is that we need to hold more respect for ourselves and other people, and that trusting other people may be really difficult, but if we don't trust them, if we don't allow ourselves to have faith and trust in other people, we're not going to see the light in this world, and whatever relationship it is, it will fail, okay? And it's not to be hard on you guys. It's what I heard, is that if we can't learn to trust ourselves and we can't trust other people around us, nobody wants to be in a relationship or in a partnership or friendship where we're constantly feeling like we have to defend our actions, or we're constantly feeling like we're being questioned about where we were and things like this. There is obviously situations where some people you're gonna, where were you? Like you're gonna want to know, because you may innately, with your own internal wisdom, know that what is being spoken is not truth. Now that's a different situation though, between us knowing that something is happening or going on, or just having this really strong innate sense of it, and then between our trauma coming through and our trust issues, okay? There could be somebody around you as well who really makes you feel out of balance, who, again, if you have felt controlled or anything like that, you could be coming out of that. They're showing me this blue rose with the badger as well. And I think that this is the importance, because it is talking about an unfolding throat chakra, as well as something unfolding with truth. So for some of you, this may be your place where you really do need to say, hey, I am being loving and kind and honest with you. I am a trustworthy person. I need you to follow through and trust me. And trust this process. For some of you, whatever has been out of balance, because this badger is bringing your life into balance. If you have been ignoring the wisdom within inside of you, if you've been getting kind of little spirit nudges as well that has been calling for freedom, or maybe for some of you, this is you want to run free. For some of you, this says get the heck on the elliptical, get on your treadmill, get your butt outside, go for a walk, go for a run, do something that connects your physical body with your physical body, okay? But also those things of running or walking, jogging, these places can be a really big place for us to clear our mind. For some of you, it's exercise. I just get this picture of these horses charging forward, just wanting to run, to play, and to express themselves freely in their own true essence, in their own divine essence. And for many of you, you know, especially if, you know, I'm hearing that like home life may not be great, or something's like this could be work as well, that you just feel really, really controlled at work because you've got a lot going on and you don't feel like there's enough time for you to be able to, you know, have fun. This is where we need to find balance. We need to find a balance between our work and our home life, find a balance between our personal relationships and our relationship with ourselves, and as well as, I feel like this is also what we do for others, as well as how we take care of ourselves. So for some of you, you may be caring for somebody who's ill, you may be a caregiver, you could have small children, you know, or just be, you know, a parent, or being responsible, taking care of other people. And this is where, you know, many of you may have felt too, wow, this is a noble thing to do, my friends. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about myself here. I have been a stay-at-home mom for quite a few years, actually 9, okay? And there's been a lot of times where I find I pour myself into my channel. This is the mission for me, but I have definitely found like there were times where I was just caring for my kids. There was like under 3 years between my kids, and I have 3 boys, and my youngest 2 are twins. So we had 3 under 3 for a while, and you know, there is the moments, honestly, of freedom for me sometimes would be just going to the grocery store, walking around the grocery store. So I think that it's important that you find the freedom where you can, okay? And that if you are a caregiver, if you have been caring for people and you have not been giving yourself that same care, you feel neglected within yourself, Spirit is saying, hey, you know what, you already have all the wisdom, you know you need to take care of yourself. You know that if you are depleting your own energy resources, you're not going to be the best caregiver either, okay? So Spirit's really calling for us to pull ourselves into balance. I'm going to bring you a message now from the Cat Tarot with a little bit of, I want to say spiritual wisdom, but this is some tarot wisdom that we have today. And I'm going to clarify this, goat, please, acting from your innate wisdom. This again is when they were talking about the causal chakra with the horses. This is connected to your third eye as well as your crown. This is really understanding that you will be getting downloads from Spirit. Many of you as well. I know as a kid I did. Lots of us could have loved unicorns and loved horses growing up, and this is because of, you know, they're really cool, but we may have been not fully aware of the spiritual aspect of this as well. I heard spiritual side effect of it, but it could also be that we've been connected with the unicorns, we've been connected with horse spirits for a really long time and not even been necessarily aware of it. They're bringing me back to this again, so I'm going to go with it. But this innate wisdom, 2 cards about balance and caring for people. I feel like this is taking the spiritual wisdom and knowledge that you have gained, as well as applying it to a practical sense on how you're living your life right now. So here we have the 10 of Swords in the reverse, this cat stuck to a screen, and it's upside down. It's not love and life here. It's not, I'm going to actually grab you the message here from the book. This book I find is very, very to the point. So it says, growth follows pain, and healing and recovery are ahead. Take a careful look around, and the path to safety is much clearer. Solid ground is within reach. So whatever this is, again, safety could be literally, there could be something where if you've been feeling really controlled in a relationship, or if you have had, abusive relationship after abusive relationship, or even if it's just been a really long-term thing, know that that path to safety is here. It is going to take your mindset, though. It's going to take you pushing yourself and really following your truths and honoring your truth to get to that point. But whatever the situation is, it is within reach, okay? Spirit, can you give me a little bit more information with this Ten of Swords in the reverse? And it is attached to the wisdom. It could be as well that for some of you, I heard heed the call, but for some of you, there is something you're just choosing to ignore it. So we have the Six of Cups here, which is about balance. This could also be our kids. For some of you, you may be a single parent as well, as what I heard. And for some of you, I heard like this is struggling to keep food on the table. But also, if you look at this cat, she is exhausted, okay? She's exhausted. So for some of you, especially if you've resonated with being a caregiver, I think that it's just going to be really important. Again, we have the devil here, which I love that this is the cat tarot and the devil's a dog, but it's a golden retriever, so, I mean, best dog ever. It's going to be really important, what I heard is to silence the negative voices. This is going to be really important as well for many of you if you have been, if that abusive kind of relationship strings or feeling controlled within relationship has resonated. This could be our codependency. And I mean, this devil, he's gorgeous. He's fluffy, he's soft, he's loving. I heard obedient potentially. Wanting to shake paw. There's play here. There is the 3 stars as well, which means to me, in a lot of ways, this is connecting to divinity. However, I'm also being tied to there's ownership of this dog. For some of you, what you may feel like is this leash. I'm going to find out a little bit more, but they're going to give me that one with the Ace of Cups here. I think a lot of you may not want to feel tied down, and it could be because of in the past, right? That in the past, being tied down has not felt safe. And for some of you, especially if you've resonated with, feeling controlled at times, you'd rather be on your own, taking care of your kids and doing it in a place where you feel safe than being around someone with false love. Or being somebody's puppet, someone's toy. For some of you as well, what I heard is this could even be like in the bedroom, that somebody the words I heard were deviant sexuality, okay, however that resonates, but you could have somebody who this control goes on multiple levels. And with this Ace of Cups here, I do strongly feel like this balance that's being brought in, if you're still in this situation, Spirit's saying we need to love ourselves and we need to get out. We need to get the safety, because whatever's happening to us right now, it's dwindling our spirit and it's sucking the life out of us. For some of you, this devil energy is more playful. It's something fun, and it's something alluring, and it's something that I think, again, what I heard about is imbalance and needing to love and care for people and let them be free. Because for some of us, you may feel like you really want this dog. I really want this pet. add this addition to our home. What I heard is it's going to be really important to make sure that this is something that everyone in the household may want. If it's coming down to literal pet, it may mean that if you're the one who wants the dog, you got to make sure you walk the dog. You got to make sure you feed the dog. You have to think of all the responsibilities, but we can't keep this dog on the leash the whole time. Dog's got to run around free, be it in the home, be it somewhere where you have a space where this dog can run, right? And I feel like that is also a metaphor because, again, this comes down to within love and within partnership, we need to feel like we're free. For some of you, this may just be because the responsibilities, and I heard motherhood and the joys of motherhood. It's a full-time job. Fatherhood, parenthood, it's a full-time job. And it's something that even when we're tired, we still have to do. It's not like when you're on your own and you're single or anything like that, that, you may be tired and you had a long day and you come home and you're like, I just don't feel like eating. I'm going to make myself a bunch of random friggin' snacks and that's it. Because even though you may be tired, you're still going to have to feed your kids, right? You still have to take care of people. And I do definitely bring back to fill your cup up first, my friends. I'm going to move on now. This is the Archangel Raphael Oracle. And this is Doreen Virtue. We have organic foods, shows up here. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for supporting my desire to consume and use organic products. Call on Archangel Raphael for help, especially if you're moving through healing, especially as well as what I heard is with narcissistic abuse. If that is something where, again, like you resonated with, had a long line of abusive partners, a long line of abusive relationships, this is where we really want to call on Archangel Raphael to help us heal those patterns that attracts us to that energy in the first place. And that's not blaming you, okay? But it's saying that something in us likes that. Something in us may really resonate. Like, I don't know what I was watching. Oh no, I was reading my book, Finding Peace at the End of Life. And they were talking about a case study, it's a death doula's guide to, the end of life process. But one of his clients that he was talking to said that, they felt their parents never took enough risk. And then throughout life, they always really played it safe. And they found, though, this person found that within their romantic relationships, they were always guided to people, and men particularly, that were risk takers and that were risky behaviors and that didn't really treat her very well. And she'd been married like 3 times and coming through to the end of her life was really tying everything together. And she could see that potentially, because she felt like growing up, mom and dad never took enough risks, there's where she was really attracted to risk takers. And we can call them bad boys, right? You can, whatever archetype you want to do, if you think about Greece, right? Danny Zuko was, the bad boy, and, Sandy's this perfect put together schoolgirl, right? And I heard like opposites do attract as well, but this is just making sure that if we do see within our world like patterns that we know need to change, toxic behaviors, or something that draws us towards people that are bad for us or that aren't the best for us, this again is just that, we need to bring ourselves back into balance with self-love, okay? Back into balance, to know that this watering bowl is unending, it is always full, it is always fresh, and it is the tastiest water when we can drink it from ourselves, when we ourselves poured that water and poured that cup. So the other one I have here is consult a nutritionalist. Dear Archangel Raphael, I turn my eating over to you and I ask you to guide me to foods and beverages that taste good, are fulfilling, and support my ideal health and weight. For some of you as well, what I feel like in terms of this is this behavior as well, because if we've had a lot of people controlling us, or even if we felt like, again, like, kind of feeling like food could have been the comfort, right? Because no matter what's going on, you have to eat. So it could be, a lot of things, a lot of us put on a bit of weight over the pandemic as well, and this is just really going, if you see both of them, they're eating a lot of fruit, they're eating I don't see veg. Oh yeah, there's corn. Eating things that are good, eating things that are plant-based. And for some of you, I think that it's going to be really important on what you're eating, as well as because what I heard is with this 6 of Cups here, we may need to be balancing out our hormones right now. So you may be even eating things that are really interacting with your hormones. And I think that you're going to know that, okay? If that part resonated, you're going to know. So I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of, I want to say wisdom, but Lemuria with This is the Work Your Light Oracle. A little bit of guidance moving forward. Creating heaven on earth, it's happening. Things are moving into balance. Absolutely. And what I heard is you hold these key codes. You hold this blueprint of Lemuria within you. The idea of heaven on earth. I believe Lemuria predates Atlantis. I'm going to get you a little bit of a message from the book as well here from that one. But we'll pick one more, please. So moving forward, what is some guidance that you can give Aries, please? So Aries, get grounded is one of them because things are coming into balance, but you're going to get grounded throughout this. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. So like I said, getting outside, moving your body, going for a walk, going for a run, sitting outside on your deck and just listening to the birds, looking at the trees, taking a few deep breaths in and out, whatever you consider meditation for you. I think this is just quieting your mind and connecting with nature. You also have the keepers of the earth here, which I think is really beautiful energy. It says you're not alone. Your ancient ancestors stand beside you. And again, I'm going back to if you've resonated with, your relationships have been very difficult throughout your life. Spirit's reminding me, especially with this innate wisdom, that before we traveled into this earth plane, before we incarnated on this earth, I'm hearing Akashic records, okay, as well. But before we incarnated on this earth, we knew we had a mission, right? Our soul knows. Our soul knew it had a mission. And it knew that we were going to need to experience some difficult things to be able to carry this mission out. Because all of our experiences have led us and built us into this powerful person that we are so that we can help. It's going to make me emotional because the words I heard were we can help guide other people through the flame. So, Lemuria. Just a second, guys. I need to write that down so I don't forget it. All right. So let's find Lemuria. Council of Light. Keepers of the Earth. So let's find Lemuria. So they're being guided to show me the Work Your Light transmission, okay? So going forward, this is the advice, is that we follow this, okay? And it says we're going to hold this card to the heart, okay? But one thing, you may want to just put your hand to your heart. And it says, I hold the codes of Lemuria and believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. I hold the codes to Lemuria and really believe that heaven can really be a place on earth. I hold the codes to Lemuria and believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. And it can be, and it's going to start with you, it's going to start with your home life, and it's going to start with your feelings of self-worth. Many of you, as well as I heard, may get anxiety. This is where we really do need to ground ourselves, get out into nature, be thankful for what we have. And for some of you as well, you may want to practice some grounding exercises, taking 3 to 4 deep breaths in and out and really connecting yourself to your breath, taking your shoes off, connecting yourself into the ground, feeling your feet run in like true tree roots, and bringing up the energy up through your trunk into your heart, and imagining while you're doing this that you're connecting to that chakra, that causal chakra. You're connecting here with the horses, with the universe, with that eternal flame, with your innate wisdom, and you are bringing this energy down into the center as well. You may want to create this little ball of energy as well while you do this, and as you are bringing this in, you can breathe both of them in and breathe out. This is very important, to be intentional, breathing out anything that is negative or authentic out into the world with love. If there's any kind of feeling that you're having, okay, anything that won't leave you alone, I ask you as well, one thing that may be very helpful, especially if it's a troubling one, is to take a deep breath in, and we're going to breathe in love and breathe in light and breathe in healing. And as we breathe this out, we're going to send it to the nearest body of water to be transmuted and healed out into the world with love. You may need to do this a few times, but I feel like it's going to be really important for you to take some time over the next little while and think about, what would I need in my world to make it feel like heaven on earth? What would heaven feel like? What would heaven be like? What would heaven smell like? And this could be just taking small steps within your home to make it a little bit more cozy, a little bit more comfortable. But I think this is also about giving yourself grace and giving yourself the power to feel free, giving yourself the ability to be free, and freeing yourself from situations that try to tie you down. That's the message I have. I love you all, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.